therefore anti-farmer, anti-laborers, anti-fish workers, and that is seen from the amendments through ordinance first, and now the second amendment bill that they have put before the parliament. It is symbolic of, but it is to have a serious direct impact on millions and millions of our farmers who are agitating against the new bill throughout the country. Now that bill is before the Joint Committee of Parliamentarians. It is not the Joint Parliamentary Committee, JPC. It is the Joint Committee of 30 parliamentarians before whom we have made our first presentation, a long, extensive and intensive one. And we have said that when the Modi government's bill exempts projects belonging to 5 categories, including infrastructure, industrial corridors, including housing for the poor, including water, power, tourism, every mining, every kind of project which come under either the definition of infrastructure or public purpose in general. They are exempting all of those projects from social impact assessment, from consent of the farmers, from multiple crop land to be saved, food security clause. So the bill is against even the democracy that was partly brought into the development planning process by the 2013 Act. And we have come to know that 99% of people who have presented their case before the Joint Committee of Parliamentarians have opposed the bill. Now, in spite of that, if the 11 members out of 30 that belong to BJP and few others that belong to the NDA parties, may I say Jayalalitha is a part of NDA almost. So whether all these parties would still vote against the farmers for the bill is yet to be seen. On the 28th of this month, the bill is going to be presented before the parliament. But today, the South Indian Farmers Association is also holding a massive rally in Cheyyar. The people fighting against methane destruction and all destruction have already made their minds clear. And the urban poor, like the slum dwellers who are the workers, not just illegal bootleggers, not builders. They are real builders as construction workers, but they are the ones who are also fighting for the land rights, not just against land acquisition. Let me tell you that this urban poor slum dwellers category is also to be covered by this act, because this is now going to be the only central act, which is a national act, not national rural act. But there is nothing for the urban poor against the urban eviction without rehabilitation in this act. So act itself is weak, and the bill will further be weakening the acts. So the slum dwellers in Chennai who are around the waterways but who have not polluted the waterways as much as the industries have, those who are around the roadsides but not blocking the roads, they are wanting their small space for housing, and that is not granted to them. Shouldn't any national act cover the slum dwellers, the poorest of the poor category? That is in Mumbai 52% of population. In Chennai, I think 25-30% at least. Those are in the slums. 23%, 33%, 33%. So 1/3 of the Chennai's population is in the slums, and half of the Mumbai's population is in the slums. We should feel ashamed of this country and this kind of urbanization. And those are the people who are evicted, but there is no acquisition of private land in the urban areas. That is very, very limited. Most of the land in urban areas is always government land, state government land or the central government land. When the slum dwellers are evicted, the land is managed and manipulated. It is diverted to some department from some other department or ministry. And that doesn't fit into the definition of acquisition, which we challenge. Because any taking away of land from any category of the common people must give rehabilitation and no eviction without rehabilitation. Now, where is land for rehabilitation? Our position is that it should be in situ rehabilitation. Whatever little land, like in Mumbai, it is 9.24% of land on which 52% of the Mumbai's population, the slum dwellers, are staying. So whatever little land the poor people have in their hands or under their feet, that should be granted to them. And in Chennai, as the Urban Land Ceiling Act was there since 1973, the land that was acquired from the above ceiling landowners came to almost 12 square kilometers. And that much land in a city, you can imagine, is worth crores of rupees. But that is enough for rehabilitating the poor of Chennai. First of all, they should not be evicted from their land unless it is physically risky to stay on a particular land. But if at all they are to be rehabilitated, the position of the National Federation of Unorganized Sector Workers and the NAPM is that those poor people should be rehabilitated on this Urban Land Ceiling Act. Unfortunately, the Tamil Nadu government in 2000 has brought out a GO saying that that land only can be used for the government departments. But it is not only for the offices, it is also for the housing of the officers. So if they are going to give that land for the officers' residences, why can't they give with an Antyodaya position to the poorest of the poor is our question. So the rehabilitation which is covered in this 2013 Act must be applicable to the evictees for the urban projects as well. Whether it is the Mumbai-Chennai Industrial Corridor, which is taking a toll of 3,40,000 hectares of land, whether it is Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, taking toll of 3,90,000 hectares of land. It is mind-boggling statistics which you will not believe unless you see the documents which we have here. So, friends, it is very necessary to know what is the position of the political parties on this issue. All the movements across the country are one on this issue. We will defeat Modi government, not in elections which they spend crores of rupees coming from the corporates and then they change the laws in favor of the corporates. We will defeat Modi government on the land of the lands of India which are in the hands of the farmers, fish workers. The Narmada decision which Mr. Modi took within 17 days after coming to power is going to drown 2.5 lakh people in the valley. He is against law. He is against the judgments. The Supreme Court is not really openly listening to all the issues as much urgently as it requires to. So in this situation, where would the people, the farmers of the country go? They will fight the battle on the land through satyagrahas of one kind or other. In Mumbai, we had a satyagraha occupying 55 acres of land. 2,000 houses were built since 26th of May. The police, after 1.5 months, came and evicted all. So this bulldozing of people's rights and people's power and people's resources is not acceptable to us. So at least the 2013 Act must be saved. And that should be the agenda of the political parties. In today's conference, we will like to hear what is the position. We wish AIADMK representative also should have or should come to the dais and make their position clear. Otherwise, in Tamil Nadu and across the country, the word is passing that Jayalalitha is going to join Mr. Modi and be a part of the NDA. But will she also be against the farmers, fish workers and laborers of Tamil Nadu is what we would like to know. And if so, the challenge in the upcoming elections to Jayalalitha government will be obvious. So we want on this land of Tamil Nadu to know that where the position of various parties lie, and then the people's movements politics will take this battle further. On 23rd of July in Delhi, there is going to be a national public hearing hearing all the representatives of all movements on the issue of the land acquisition and land rights.